We're going to talk about the Tiffany lighting pieces here at HSN, and we are beyond thrilled to have Tiffany style lighting here at HSN back. It's been a long time since we've had Tiffany style lighting, and now Franklin Mint is bringing us exact replicas of the originals. This is the replica table lamp. We have two choices at $329.95. Here is your wisteria. The wisteria has 864 pieces of hand-cut, handcrafted glass. These are a work of art, and there are just about 100 of these to go around on 4 flexible payments of $82.49. Each is going to come with their certificate of authenticity from the Franklin Mint, so you know you're getting an original work of art. That is your first choice. Your second choice is going to be in the Lotus. Now, the Lotus has 1,008 pieces, and even from the rippled glass, which is so much more difficult and so much more expensive, we're going to walk you through all of the details, but the Lotus and the wisteria are available, free shipping, 4 flexible payments of $82.49. Even the bases, Elise, are masterpieces. These are like museum gallery pieces.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what they are. First, let's talk about the lamps themselves. A lot of people think of Tiffany as the jewelry, but actually Louis Comfort Tiffany in the late 1800s made stained glass, and he actually met Thomas Edison. They were working on something in the theater, and they decided that, hey, I could do this in lamps. And he became very, very, very famous for making these stained glass lamps. They're all made by hand. These glasses, these lamps are made exactly the way that they were made 100 years ago. And that's really important because we see replicas all the time. They're mass-produced, Robin. I was so excited the first time I saw these because you can't get them in a store. They're absolutely beautiful. And they're done in the old-school way, and we don't really see that very often anymore. This lamp right here, 2 examples just sold at auction in New York in December for over $1.4 million each.
Okay, wait a second. The originals sold for, say, what?
Over $1.4 million each.
Can you imagine? And this is the exact replica, right?
It's a replica, yes. Yeah. And look, it's not the one that's $1 million. It's as close as you can get.
As we can get.
And it
exactly.
is, you're not going to find it anywhere else.
Right.
And it is so beautiful. And that's why Franklin Mint, you know, it's what they do best. And the thing that I love about this lamp, Rob, if you look up here, Tiffany took the outside, the branches, and over here you can see all the branches.
Inspired by nature, wasn't
nature, Japanese prints. You can see it in here, the Art Nouveau movement, the coppers, the ambers, and then going really into the purples and the blues, and it flows just so beautifully. And at the bottom
it's like
here,
cascading. It's just like you would
absolutely.
Picture a wisteria tree.
And then when you look down at the base here, all the bases are die cast. And the thing that I think they did so well on this lamp is the patina is right. You know, a lot of times when you see these reproductions, the patinas are off. The patina is just right on this. And as it gets older, you're going to see more greens coming out, which is what you would expect to see. So they made it as pure as they possibly could. And again, the bottom of this lamp, look at you're seeing the top up here with the branches and how beautiful that is.
It's very elaborate and ornate. One of the things I appreciate from an aesthetic standpoint, when you look at the top of the shade, this is going to be, I'm going to just double check not on the Lotus because we're talking about the wisteria, is 29.5 inches in the height. Because this is open, do you know what's going to happen when you have this turned on in your home? This is going to reflect this pattern on the ceiling. So you're going to have this really beautiful created ambiance in your home that glows, that illuminates maybe a dark, dull space that has nothing going for it. And you want to transform it and make it a space that's now inviting, that's now welcoming, that now has a very historical prevalence, and that's important in the history of Louis Comfort Tiffany. I mean, that's exciting to know, isn't it? And that these are replicas, and not only from the Franklin Mint, 50 years rich in history that we're celebrating here in this collaboration with HSN and the Franklin Mint, you are getting the certificate of authenticity. This is on free shipping and handling to get it. With the wisteria, as I mentioned, 29.5 inches in the height on this one. You have the beautiful organic nature-inspired base along with the wisteria. On the top with the shades of purples and browns and greens and yellows. It's dramatic and it is a work of art. And you are treating yourself and your family to an heirloom that you are put in your will and passed down. I kid you not.
I couldn't agree with you more.
The kids will fight over who's going to get this one. Girls, this is spectacular. And then the second choice,
just as beautiful.
Let's talk about the Lotus.
Just as beautiful. Again, done almost as an exact replica. We've got the ambers and the gold. It's cascading again, as you mentioned before. I love the bottom. Here you're seeing the bottom.
That is such a great
look at all these flowers. And look at the bottom, how it's sculpted. It's not flat. You see all the different petals. You're not going to get this anywhere else. You cannot walk into a store and see the craftsmanship that is done by this. It's absolutely beautiful. And as we make our way down, again, this is something that Tiffany did so well, Louis Comfort Tiffany, is the look at the lily pads and the lily waters going up. I mean, this is just beautiful. The die cast on this, again, the patina is right. There's such detail in this, and it works its way up through the lamp. So when they went to recreate these, a lot of times you just see the shades. But we were able to take the entire lamp, because the beauty of Tiffany is the entire lamp in itself, and recreate this. You're not going to find it anywhere else. It was hand done, made in the USA, and it's just spectacular. I'm so impressed. I can't talk enough about them. Their artwork.
I know you were excited about these.
I was. I walked in, and when the light went on, I went, "Oh my God, this is just phenomenal." I mean, they're beautiful.
There is something the way they illuminate a room that really will inspire you. It will move you. The colors, the way they dance and reflect. You think of like the aurora, if you've ever had the chance to see the aurora borealis. When you turn these on, because of the multifaceted glass and all the different pieces that are all hand cut, just on the Lotus alone, I know those of you that are real collectors of Tiffany style lighting, you know piece count is a big deal. And in the Lotus, it has 1,008 pieces of hand cut, handcrafted glass. This is that old world charm. Look at all of the rippling, the rippled glass that you get. That is always very expensive. Look at even the colors and the striations. I'm going to twist the lampshade because I want you to be able to see the multicolored dimensional glass that you have. Dimensional glass meaning the textured glass paired together with that flat glass. These are artistic. The level of workmanship is unparalleled. Then you go down to the base, Elise.
Yeah, I love the base.
And that, I mean, has that very aquatic life. You think of the lily pads when you see the Lotus. I mean, these everyone's going to think you went to an estate sale
and you found something,
and you found this.
And you know, the Tiffany, the vintage Tiffany market is so strong and so expensive that it's very hard to really obtain one of them. You know, if these were going on the market right now, you'd be looking at millions and millions of dollars for a real Tiffany lamp. So what Franklin Mint does is it allows you to have the next best thing, which are these hand-done reproductions that are just incredible, incredible pieces. These replicas. I can't talk much, you know, I can't say enough about them because it's just so hard to get a real Tiffany piece that this is the best next thing. And they're beautiful. They look great in a person's home. And again, if you go through books, and I should say that both of these were exhibited at museums, which is very important. It actually helps to the provenance of the piece. You want to know, the background of the pieces. Both of these have been on exhibit before, which is what I think is really important of these pieces.
And I do want to clarify, because I know I mentioned at the beginning, I thought everything was made in the USA. These are not. So just to kind of clarify that, so no one's I'm not misrepresenting these items. These are not. But you do get the certificate of authenticity to show that this is a replica of the originals. These are hand cut, handcrafted. We are now about to dip below the 200 mark, and that is it. I know for the Franklin Mint premiere here at HSN, this is the premiere. This is the first show. And there are 2 more shows. I cannot promise that these will make 2 more shows. There are only 100 in the wisteria, and then there are 100 in the Lotus, and that is it. I think if you have a little girl's room, I think this beautiful wisteria would look stunning in there. Maybe it's next to your favorite chair or a chaise lounge in your living room or in a family room, and you want to warm that space up, you want to make it more inviting. We think about when you go to a museum or you go to someone's home, pieces like these are the focal points.
Yes.
Pieces like these are what what you build an entire room around. Yes, they're investment pieces. Yes, these are one-of-a-kind family heirloom collectibles that you will pass down from generation, but it is worth every penny when you have something that is meticulously crafted the way these were, down to the base, to the top of the, even the finials are so beautiful. Absolutely. On the wisteria.
Yeah, you know, and I think one of the things that Tiffany does so well that that you'll see here on these Franklin Mint pieces are the colors. How do you get all these colors together, and how do you think that yellow might look really great next to purple? But it works. And there's such an array of blues and purples and greens on this one. And then we go over to the lotus, and we look at the lotus, and again, there's the ambers and the golds and the root beer. You almost have a 60s kind of look, a 60s and 70s kind of look, but then at the same time,
it's happy,
you've got
don't you think, the colors?
The funny thing is you don't have to have a room that's in these colors. It works well with so many different colors, and they kind of change depending what mood your room is and what colors your rooms are. So they don't have to match a room because the colors are so stunning, and they kind of slide into each other, and you can go into purples. I mean, here you have green next to orange, and it just that's what they do so well at Tiffany. They understand the juxtaposition of so many different colors. So it doesn't matter what your room looks like, they work. They work everywhere.
They do. And just the reflection and the myriad of colors, I think, Elise, you're absolutely right. This will go in any home decor. And because of the colors that you have, it works with anything. It gives you lots of versatility. And then I was showing you, I had my hand over this, and this is what I wanted to share with everybody earlier when I was speaking to the reflection and the way this has all been cut out and designed on the top. So see all of the fun like reflection that you get because of the top of the shade is all open. Instead of it being completely enclosed, you get that open airiness, which allows the light to reflect and create a dramatic focal point.
Yeah. You know, the other thing we should say is these look great when the lights aren't on. If you turn them off, can we turn them off?
Yeah,
let's see how to.
It's right underneath.
Okay.
And these have 2 bulbs, by the way.
They're still beautiful.
They're still really good.
A lot of times you walk into a room and you have to turn the lights on. But this is, you know, this is them. Look how beautiful it is with the lights turned off. And you're still walking into the room and noticing that this is a handmade piece automatically. So you have 3 different tiers here. We can have it as bright as we want. Then it can go down to just a little bit of light. And then you can completely turn it off. And it looks completely different and still beautiful.
So you could do just one.
Yeah, sure.
You could do one light. It's just like a little night light, which is nice. Maybe you get up in the middle of the night and you go to get some water or something like that. You can have just a little bit of glow, a little bit of the ambiance.
Yeah, or you're having a cocktail party. It looks great just this way. So it's just beautiful.
I like that. I like a cocktail party. Here is the certificate of authenticity coming included to show to you that these are replicas of the originals in the wisteria, which is in the purples and the yellows, the greens and the browns, and then you have it in the lotus. These are on a cute $40 off. So here's the lotus, that's the greens, that's pretty much any color in Mother Nature. Don't you feel? So both of these are available, $40 off, free shipping, and the 4 flexible payments. We've got much more to come with the Franklin Mint premiere.